Hello and welcome to CryptoNovus, where newbies become masters. My name is Chris Brown and I'm your host. First thing I want to say before I start this episode is happy Thanksgiving weekend to everyone. I had a great day yesterday with my friends and family, even though this season's a little weird and a little different due to COVID, but we have our health and we have the people around us that we care about. So my prayers go out to all of you in regards to this, and I pray that you guys stay healthy and that your family stays healthy. So like everyone in the crypto space, I woke up yesterday morning and took a look at, where's Bitcoin's price? And lo and behold, it took a drop. Not that it was a big surprise to me. In fact, there was a lot of conversation and videos that were posted by others that anticipated this. And so I wanted to take a quick look at where the price action is for Bitcoin as well as for a few altcoins, and to give you some idea and some insight as to how I'm thinking about where the prices may go over the next few days and what to consider and what to think about as I do my own investing and as I do my own analysis. So let's go to my man cave, which is the doors right behind me, and let's take a look at these prices. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to take a look at history. Where has Bitcoin been before? Where are we relative to the various cycles that Bitcoin goes through? And so this is a chart that takes a look at the last halving, which was 2016, the bull run that followed all the way up to here to 19,000, just under 20,000 in 2017. We are sitting right around here. And as we can see, there were moments along this cycle that Bitcoin retraced. There's one here, here. This is a retracement at this location, here, and here's another one. And of course, when it reaches all-time high, it retraced back quite a bit. So I wanted just to take a look at this chart because you can see more clearly with the candlesticks of green and red, where these retracements occurred. It has been known that Bitcoin has taken retracements anywhere from 30 to 40% when it is going along its bull run cycle. So let's take a little bit closer look to what the prices were. Okay, so here's another chart. This is on CoinMarketCap. And again, it's the same chart, same cycle. So we can see here where Bitcoin was as high as 1154, and then it retraced immediately back down to 777. So that's clearly a 30% drop there. Here's another situation where it was about as high as 1272, and then it came all the way down to just 937, and that was a little bit over 30%. We came all the way up here to just under 3,000 was its price, and then it retraced all the way back to just under 2. So there's a $1,000 drop, clearly about 30%. And here's another one where we're at 4,800 and it dropped down to just about 3,000. And then there was this sharp decline where we were up as high as almost 7,500, and then it came down to just under 6,000, so about $1,500 drop there. So it has that history, which is, something to consider. Now I want to take a closer look at what happened in December of 2017 when Bitcoin actually reached that point of almost $20,000. So here's the price action in December, and we can see that Bitcoin reached, on December 17th, a high of, actually it's a little bit higher than this, it's $19,926. So right now it's sitting at just under 19,005. And within a very short period of time, basically 5 days, Bitcoin fell in price all the way down to here, which was just over 12,000. That is about a 36% drop in 5 days. So, when I look at this information and I take it in, Bitcoin peaked on Wednesday. We've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this Thanksgiving weekend. That is 4 days. Bitcoin tends to be the lowest price or the best buying day on Sunday because buying activity is at the lowest. Since this is a holiday weekend, buying activity is probably going to be a little bit low. So it's conceivable that Bitcoin could drop 30 to 35%, by Sunday. It may take a little bit longer, but let's just use it as a marker and see what that might look like. So this is the TradingView site. And what I've done is I've located the Fibonacci retracement chart onto it. I started my low point here at the 1st of October because I thought that really this last price push really started on October. And we can kind of see that. In fact, I think that's a pretty good assessment. The blue little squiggly line is the 20 EMA. Typically, I wind up using the 50 a lot of times, but in crypto, I pull back and use the 20 a lot because price action tends to really follow the 20 EMA and come back and at least touch on it at some point. Right now, we can see that the RSI for Bitcoin is sitting at around 55. So there's still a little bit ways for it to drop all the way down to 30. So let's take a look at the pricing. So Bitcoin reached $19,490. In order for it to retrace back 35%, it would retrace back to 12,675. So that would be right around this area, almost at the 0.786 level. I'm going to tend, and right now what it's doing, yesterday it wicked down to 16,183, almost to the 0.38 level. It is presently sitting at around 16,900, but it did wick down as low as 16,400 today. And if this, of course, is the daily chart. So the question is, will it go all the way down to this point? Quite a ways, actually. I'm going to sit on the 0.618, and I'm going to do that because I want to be consistent as I go to the other coins. You'll kind of see that this 0.618 could be a good place where things could settle before they go back up. So that's my read on Bitcoin. So let's take a look at another coin. Now, here is Ethereum. It went as high as $623. Again, started the Fibonacci at 1st of October. Its RSI is sitting here at about 56. Again, so it's got a little ways to go before it hits 30. It may bottom out around 35 based on history. And so what it did yesterday is it wicked down here as low as the 0.5 level. It bypassed the 20 EMA, which was sitting at 504, and it is presently sitting at 513. Now, if Ethereum was to drop about 35%, it would go as low as 404, which is down here again, close to the 0.786 level. Honestly, I'm not feeling that, but I will say that I am feeling around this 0.618 because that's sitting essentially at 445. So considering that Bitcoin has already dipped into the fours, it dipped into it here at 470, about 480, and then it dipped into it again just under 500 here today. So I can conceivably see it going down as low as 450 for sure. So I'm going to say for Ethereum, 0.618 is a level that I'm going to look for it to recede to. So let's go on to another one. Here we are with XRP. Now, this was an impressive run for XRP. It went up as high as 80 cents. We can see that the run was very parabolic. And looking at the 20 EMA, it really surpassed that. And it's not even close to reaching it at this point. The RSI is sitting pretty much right at 70. So it's got a ways to go until it reaches down to levels like 35 where it's been, in 30 in the most recent months. So yesterday what it did is it wicked all the way down to around the 45 cent level, just almost 46. Today it wicked down as low as 50. If XRP drops down 35%, it would drop down to 52 cents. So it's come down to a level that, it's 35% drop already has occurred. And I think it'll come back and revisit these wicks. I think this is going to be true for all the coins. With this lowest wick, it'll come back down to at least this level. What I'm seeing here is the difference between the 20 EMA and the 618 and the 0.618. I'm going to say again, 0.618 is a place where this is going to come back down to. So around the mid 40s, about around 45 cents is what I could see XRP coming back down to before it goes back up. Now let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin did a pretty good job. It's a project that I definitely have believed in the past, and I'm really kind of curious as to what it's going to do during this bull run. It reached as high as $94 per coin. The RSI is sitting at 49, so it's getting closer to this lower levels. It's still got a little ways to drop down to 30. It has, in order for this coin to drop down 35%, it would have to be at $61. Right now it's at 69, and yesterday it wicked down all the way to 64. And guess what? The 0.618 again is sitting at 62. Today, Litecoin wicked down to 63. So and it's past the 20 EMA, which was sitting at 73. So again, I'm going to hold 0.618. Looks like a good place for where this coin could settle, bottom out, and then go back up. And you know what? I am curious. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments. So please make some comments, because as you can see consistently, I'm choosing the 0.618 level for all of these coins to retrace back to before they go up. So I'm curious as to what you think in terms of my evaluation. I want to take a quick look at XLM. And this saw an incredible run. We can see that it was very parabolic on the daily chart. It started basically in 1st of October at 7 cents. Right before it started to climb, it was at 8 cents, and it shot up as high as 23 cents. So like for XLM, if it was to retrace back 35%, that would put it at 14 cents. And right now, we don't see any red candlesticks at all. Now, I must keep note that what I'm looking at are Fibonacci candlesticks as opposed to the regular candlesticks, because what they do is it shows really when there's a turn. So when price action is more in the positive, or the buying pressure is in the positive, Fibonacci will be green. When it turns and price action is going to go down, then it'll turn red and stay red while that price action is weak. And then when it turns more positive and price action goes up and is stronger, then it'll turn green. So right now, there's no reds. You can see here that the RSI is sitting way up at 79. There's going to be a correction with this one, no doubt. So let's take a look at where I think it might hit. 14 cents, which is at the 35% level, puts us right above, again, look at that, 0.618. The 20 EMA, though, sit down here at 11 cents. So the quandary that I have is, will it reach that? Right now, it's wicked down as low as 14.7 cents. So I can definitely see it coming down to 0.618. So I'm going to say that, again, for this coin, 0.618 will be the marker. I think it'll go sideways for a little while. The 20 EMA will come up and at some point in time and meet this 0.618. So that's the level that I think this coin is going to stay at. So let's take a look at one last coin. This is ADA, Cardano, one of my favorites, and a project that I definitely believe in and will be reporting more on in the future. So it reached a high of 18 cents. I was really surprised with this one as well. It's sitting right now at the RSI at around 60. We can see that yesterday it wicked down all the way to 12 cents, and today it's wicked down as low as 13 cents. So for ADA, if it came down 35 cents from the all-time high, the recent all-time high of 18.8 cents, it would come down to 12.2. Well, guess what? It came down to basically 12.3 yesterday. The EMA is the 20 EMA is sitting at 12.6, and it wicked down again today at just around 13. I think that as time goes on, we're going to see sideways action for a little while. I think it's going to touch on definitely the 0.618 again. I think is a very safe level here. It might drop a little bit below and want to touch down here at around 11.5, which is the 0.786. But I think just to be conservative, I'm going to say this is a strong 0.618 level retracement before it goes back up and continues in the bull run cycle with everybody else. So there you have my predictions. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Again, this is a holiday weekend. So my position is that I think that these prices will retrace back to this level between now and Sunday evening. I think Monday things will start to come back up. I won't project at this point how far, but clearly, Bitcoin's going to want to shoot for 20,000, but I'm not sure it'll hit that right away. So again, tell me what you think in the comments below. If this information was helpful to you, please hit the like button and subscribe. And remember that this is CryptoNovus, where newbies like yourself become masters. Have a blessed day, everyone.